Good afternoon, family. Welcome to another Sunday Alignment, where every week we do not just talk about healing. We practice becoming the person healing is creating. Now, take a deep breath. Wherever you are, whatever this week looked like, whatever happened, you are here. And that matters. Now, today I want to do something different. I want to tell you a story. And I don't want to tell you a story about narcissistic abuse. I don't want to tell you a story about trauma. I want to tell you a story about my daughters. See, a few months ago, I started noticing something. Every single time I corrected them, every single time reality didn't match what they wanted, every single time they wanted to explain themselves, their sentences always started with one word. But. Dad, but. And I'm going to tell you, after hearing it enough, I started stopping them. I started stopping them every single time. I would just smile and I would say, baby, I need you to start again without the word but. Now, at first, the way little ones think, at first, they probably thought, Dad is being picky. But I'm going to tell you, I wasn't being picky because I wasn't correcting their words. I was correcting a mindset. Own that. And then one day it hit me. Adults do the same exact thing. We just tend to hide it better. See, someone asked us, why are you still talking to them? But they've been under a lot of stress. Someone asked, why do you keep giving them another chance? But they had a hard childhood. Why did you answer that text? But they said they've changed. Why are you still checking their social media? But I just wanted closure. Family, can I lovingly tell you something today? Every time you begin the truth with the word, but, you're about to negotiate with reality. Own that. See, reality says they lied. But reality says they manipulated you. But reality says they ignored your boundaries. But reality says they kept choosing themselves over your peace. But do you see what happened? The trauma bond literally lives inside the word but. Because every but keeps hope alive. It keeps hope alive for a version of reality that never, ever existed. Now, hear me carefully. I'm not telling you to stop loving people. I'm not telling you to stop having compassion. I'm not telling you to become cold. I'm telling you to stop abandoning yourself trying to protect someone else's story. There's a difference, a huge difference. Now, this brings me to something that changed my own life. Radical acceptance. Some people hear those words and immediately think, so you're telling me I should just accept what happened? No. Radical acceptance isn't approving what happened. It isn't saying it didn't hurt. It isn't pretending that everything is okay. Radical acceptance simply says, I will stop arguing with what is already true. And that's freedom, because healing cannot begin until truth is allowed to exist. Some of you are exhausted, not because life is difficult, because you are literally carrying two realities. The reality of what happened and the fantasy of what you wish had happened. Those two realities, they fight each other every single day. One reality says they hurt me. The other reality says, but maybe they didn't mean it. One says they showed me who they are. The other says, but maybe they'll become who I hope they were. One says peace. The other says, but maybe one more chance. Family, how long are you willing to negotiate with your own peace? I need you to own that. Now, can I tell you something powerful? Healing does not begin when they apologize. Healing begins when you stop requiring the apology to move forward. Healing doesn't begin when they finally understand. Healing begins when you decide your future will no longer wait on someone else's awareness. That right there, that is taking your power back. That's moving out of the pain. That's trusting yourself again. Now, this week, I want you to become aware of one word, but. Every time you hear yourself say it, I need you to pause, take a breath, and ask yourself one question. Am I speaking from reality, or am I protecting the trauma bond? And no, don't judge yourself, just notice. Awareness always comes before transformation. You know, one of the hardest truths I ever accepted was this. The person I kept waiting for never actually existed. The person I loved was mostly my hope, not reality. And I'm going to tell you, that hurt. But it also set me free. Because once I accepted reality, I stopped waiting. I stopped waiting for fantasy. Some of you have been waiting years waiting for closure, waiting for accountability, waiting for justice, waiting for the person you imagined. What if the miracle isn't them changing? What if the miracle is you finally believing what reality has been trying to teach you all along? Think about this. Family, you cannot heal from what you continue to deny. You cannot trust yourself while arguing with what your own eyes have seen. You cannot take your power back if every painful truth ends with the word but. So, this week, I want you to make one commitment. No more negotiating with reality. No more shrinking your truth. No more shrinking your truth to make someone else comfortable. No more explaining away behavior that stole your peace. This week, choose truth. This week, choose yourself. This week, choose peace. And I'm going to tell you, when you catch yourself saying, but, smile. Take a deep breath. Start the sentence again without it. Because every sentence without but is another step toward freedom. Family, the Now movement isn't about teaching you to hate anyone. It's about teaching you to stop abandoning yourself. Break the trauma bond, trust yourself again, move out of the pain, take your power back. Own that. I'm Minister Robinson. This is the Now movement, no other way but forward. And as always, stay powerful. Love you guys.